Hey, what's going on? I just want to post a quick 6 or 7 month update on the Hillstream river tank. Now that we've got some really cold weather, really active fish today. Even have some Hillstreams out currently, which normally they don't come out until probably about the evening. They've taken up residence in this giant piece of driftwood. There's a whole bunch of little caves here. One usually lives underneath this fat piece here, and then there's a giant cave where the rest of them live down there. Some of the others aren't actually out right now, but a couple of the SEW01s are. So there's one right there, and there was one somewhere behind him at one point. But he's just hanging out, eating the algae. So those guys are definitely keeping algae growth down. I had to kind of ramp up my lights to grow some of that, see that green algae on the rocks. It's specifically there for them. They do a really good job of grazing off the wall, so I try to keep it fairly low for them as well on the back wall. But overall, I mean, these guys are clowns. They literally do this for days, up and down the walls. They're pretty cool. They're basically those guys right there, with the yellow stripes on them. Overall, man, this tank has been absolutely amazing. Super easy to clean, super easy to keep clear. Beautiful to kind of watch, especially at night with the background. The phone doesn't pick up the colors, properly on that back wall there. But this whole wall is kind of blue. The lights up top change a little bit. Here, I'll do this view too. So, everything kind of changes. Pretty quiet. The loudest noise is pretty much this right here, which isn't loud at all. Even down here, it's pretty quiet. You can't actually hear any noise. It doesn't look like it's currently filtering, but it is. It's filtering through all that. And then still everything over here. Still, hey Google. Hey Google, Eureka lights on. Everything in here is still super, super clean and clear. Captures the extra debris on the bottom there, and it kind of sits there and waits for me to clean it up. But overall, you'll notice that the plants themselves have shifted from when I originally did this design. So I originally had it planted pretty much all the way over, but because of the high flow, the plants themselves have kind of migrated more to the left. You can actually see a slope in height from the plants. And then also, where they kind of barely any plants here and then big bushes of plants here. They've sort of migrated themselves over, away from the flow. Even the little guys down here are doing really, really well. The Hillstreams like to hide in there. There's some neons somewhere too, but they're not, they don't seem to be as excited to be out during the daytime today. And by neons, I mean electric blue gobies, because, why not? But yeah, all the fish in here can handle some pretty cold water. Should still be somewhere in the 69 to 60, yep, there you go, the 70 range. This tank is suited for 68.5. Normally doesn't get any higher than 74. Even on a fairly warm day with the ambient air conditioning and the open top and all that flow, it kind of keeps everything kind of moving. So yeah, that's the updated river tank. Still looking good, still looking clean. I would highly recommend, even the smaller version of this, but something cool built like this. Filtration going from right to left, or flow going right to left. It really seems to keep everything cycled and cleaned. Even when I do like a gravel vacuum and I clean up some of the rock down here, a lot of the dirt and debris kind of falls into this area. So either it gets filtered or falls down here, super easy to clean. Over here generally doesn't have anything. So even if I feed into the river portion here, it kind of all falls, scales down here. So I mean, I clean the whole tank, but over here is pretty much where all the cleaning occurs. And then surprisingly enough, actually, some of these plants that I put in the driftwood a while back are doing really, really well. Especially this guy down here who has some green algae on him, but the Hillstreams take care of all that. Well, these guys are just doing their thing. But yeah, you can see some of the algae on the wall back there, but overall, I mean, all the green on the rocks and stuff like that pretty much gets taken care of by the Hillstreams and all the other bottom feeders in here. These guys are awesome too. Cool. Well, that's it. That's an update.